Oh shit. Ugh. I can proudly say I bought my first niche fragrance. It's a Creed.
My signature scent is of steel, and I don't care.
Someone needs to get a grass cutter on this. So what I mean by my first niche fragrance is my first time I've bought a retail, full, real bottle of a niche fragrance. And the fragrance I've picked is Acqua di Parma Essenza. So it looks like there's been a huge fire by here. What's that? Is that a person or is that a chicken? Oh no, it's a cow. Oh, it's a horse. I need to find somewhere I can sit down and just smell this beautiful cologne I bought. Beautiful niche fragrance, guys. All you designer peasants out there. Alright. God, his eyes are bigger than my face. Yeah, I don't think you can eat that, mate. Yeah, sorry, there's no food with there. Bye. I love you. Oh shit. I thought he was going to climb over that. That fence is the only thing guarding my life. I don't want to stroke the ponies just in case they, you know, ask the mother or the father and it like starts ripping my face apart. So I've got samples and all. Oh shit. Oh, hey. Acqua di Parma Colonia. I wonder if I can put it on a tree beer. Look at that. Unboxing action right there. Oh, hey. 180ml eau de cologne. Oh, it's just so rich, clean, soapy. This is quite mature, but it's got a modern elegance to this one. I love. It's quite nice. That pony over there is eyeing me up. Alright. Oh, I think he can smell it. I don't think is that something on the lens? Oh shit, I've made that worse now, haven't I? Clean, fresh, citrusy opening. A very expensive soap. Very classy. Very rich, elegant, high quality. Very soapy. Slightly musky. I think there's neroli in here because it's reminding me a bit of Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. I want to find this smell, my signature scent. I can smell it, but I've never smelt it, if that makes sense. A sea breeze, a salty, crisp, ambergris, sea, natural blast with slight sweetness in there. Okay, I want to smell like that. The closest I've found to that fragrance is Imaginary Author's Every Storm a Serenade. I love that fragrance. There's something so amazing about that fragrance. Sweet, salty sea breeze, cologne smell. Behind that, there's this note that's very harsh, and I just don't like that note. If they remove that note, that'd be my signature fragrance right now. I've basically spent over £50 on samples of every sea breeze, ambergris fragrance, sweet vetiver fragrance there is. So I'm gonna try and get the perfect signature fragrance. I was gonna buy a Creed, but then I thought to myself, why would I buy a Creed fragrance from John Lewis for £250 when I can get the same amount online for £100 cheaper, minus the bottle? And I thought to myself, is the bottle worth £100? Fuck no. I've got a lot of fake Creed fragrances in the past from eBay, decants, but there's one seller, I'll put the link, I'm not sponsored by him or anything, but I've bought from him a lot of times and he's legit. So if you're in the UK and you're looking for really good priced Creed decants, Creed Romance on eBay. He decants them into really high quality bottles. You know, in John Lewis, you're gonna pay £250 for 100ml of Creed, right? Aventus. On eBay, from that seller, I think it'll come out to about £180 for 100ml, which is way better than 250. Oh shit. But yeah, my voice is going. I don't know what it is. It's getting nasally. It's like, hello guys. Remember when you were a kid and you used to come to places like this and just light a fire and just enjoy life? You know, maybe with a bottle of cider or something. White Lightning, £2 from the shop. Get pissed from it. So Eau de Cupcakes tagged me, okay, in a video. What fragrance is on you? What? I can't read. I can't talk. I can't read. What fragrance is on your... I can't read. What the fuck? What fragrance is next on your list to buy? Fuck me, I was a chore. So, obviously I just bought Acqua di Parma Essenza. So the next fragrance on my list is... I'm going to go through all them samples I mentioned earlier. And if there's one there that stands out and makes me want to buy it, I'm going to buy that. So my next fragrance is going to be a salty sea breeze ambergris fragrance. And I hope it can be my signature. If you could only have designer or niche, which would you choose? That's quite obviously niche. Fucking designer peasants. How can you buy designer fragrances? Come on. Niche all the way. You know. Now that's a hard question because, like I've said, I don't know if you know, but I just bought my first niche fragrance. Did I say that? Did I mention that earlier? Anyway, I'll say it again. I just bought my first niche fragrance. Probably the most fragrances I like are niche because I love every single Creed. Well, Green Irish Tweed, Aventus, Original Santal, Millésime Imperial is amazing, but it's very weak. Virgin Island Water, I love that. I love Acqua di Parma. I don't know if you know, I've bought my first niche fragrance today. It's Acqua di Parma. Like, I don't think I could live without Aventus, so it's a very, very, very hard decision, but I'd probably choose niche. And not because I bought my first niche fragrance today. It's because I've actually been wearing niche fragrances for ages. Aventus is practically my signature fragrance, so there you go. What are your best and worst blind buys, if you blind buy? I blind buy, alright. My worst blind buy? Why is that such a difficult question? I can't remember what I had for breakfast, to be honest. But yeah, I went to Casper's earlier, and I had a waffle, like a big waffle thing. It looked like a work of art, but after I was halfway through, I felt like I was going to go into a diabetic shock. It was so sweet and just so filling. And I don't think I can eat chocolate ever again now. Worst blind buy? I'm going to have to skip the question. Here we go. Worst blind buy. And I think... Nah. What purchase do you regret the most? I bought 50ml of lamb wheat alone in Boots about a year ago now. Even though it's been reformulated, I was like, this is amazing, it's still rich. Yeah, it doesn't last that long, but it's still got that amazing, rich, intense vibe when I smell it, that sweet, spicy thing I love. So I thought, I'm gonna buy 200ml of this. I don't care. Yeah, it's not as good as the first formulation, the 2009 formulation, whatever, okay? It still smells insanely good, but for some reason, the 200ml version of lamb wheat alone, it smells like water. I still got it. It smells so weak. But the 50ml, which has the same production year, smells way stronger and richer. So that was a waste of £80. So I don't know if the guy who was making that bottle had an off day and just thought, fuck yeah, I'll just throw some water in there for him. Who cares? My most complimented fragrance ever was Pineapple Vintage Intense. Even though Aventus smells better to me, every single time I wore Pineapple Vintage Intense, I got a compliment every single time. Every time I walked past someone, I was even in the shop or in work or on a bus or in the street or anything, everybody used to be like, oh my god, is that you? What's that? That smells amazing. I've never got that with even Aventus. I have actually ordered a sample of Emperor Extrait by Parfums Vintage. Apparently that's their new Aventus clone, and apparently it smells amazing, so I've ordered a sample of that. I should have bought a drink, because I feel like my voice is going like that, and it's like, What are the most expensive and least expensive fragrances in your collection? Well, my least expensive fragrances I have are probably oils, just cologne oils. And the most expensive is obviously Acqua di Parma Essenza. I don't know if I've mentioned this at all, but I bought my first niche fragrance today. It is my most expensive fragrance, £138. What fragrance house takes up the most space in your collection? Probably Parfums Vintage. Right. So yeah, Parfums Vintage. There was one time where they were sending me a bottle every time they released a fragrance to review. Must be like 10 bottles of Parfums Vintage. I even look back at my reviews when I got a free fragrance, and I'm like, Yeah, so I got this bottle free for review, you know, but it's going to be my honest opinion. I'm always going to say my honest opinion about this, guys. And a part of me deep down goes, wanker. Where's my free bottle, eh? Even though it is me that's watching me. It's confusing, but if you get free bottles to review, by all means, just do it. It's great, you know, you get a free bottle, you get to review a fragrance, and most of the time it's great, you love it. That's the only thing I can say about that, really. It's really off topic, really, but it's all about trust. But I used to receive a lot of free fragrances from Parfums Vintage. Honestly, Parfums Vintage, Pineapple Vintage Intense. At one point, my favourite fragrance ever. It was the most complimented. So good on you, Parfums Vintage. Thanks for the free bottles in the past. What's my favourite discontinued fragrance? I don't know if you can call this discontinued, but CH Men Grand Tour. One of the best sweet, sugary, intense, synthetic, in a good way, leathers ever. More like a suede note than a leather note. Really hard to get now because it was only a limited release. So I don't know if that's the same as discontinued. It's not really, but Antidote by Viktor and Rolf is such an amazing fragrance. It's a bit of Spice Bomb, a bit of 1 Million, bubblegum, barbershop, classic, lavender. I hate you, Viktor and Rolf. I hate you. Why did you discontinue a classic? Viktor and Rolf, I hate you. What are your favourite fragrance related videos to watch? I used to watch top 10s a lot, but I had an epiphany the other day. I saw the light. I always make top 10 lists. Well, I used to anyway, and I probably still make them because they are fun to watch. But I was thinking to myself, instead of watching top 10 lists and going to number 1 and saying I need to get that, you know, that's good and, you know, all well and good. Some of my favourite fragrances I've got from that. But I'm just going to get loads of samples now. Loads of them. Until I find that one fragrance. I'm probably never going to find that one fragrance. Because there's always going to be something else that competes with that. Jesus Christ. So yeah, like I said recently, I've ordered over £50 worth of samples. Instead of top 10s and stuff like that, it's more like laid back videos. I love people finding their own little niche, you know, with fragrances. I've been craving something new, something different. I love watching top 10 videos, but it's getting a bit old now, don't you think? No, just me? Yeah, it's probably just me, innit? In life, you gotta crave for change. Change is good. Change changes things. Be different. Be yourself.
My signature scent is of an